It did auto start, and that's amazing. But let's get started. Continuing our playthrough. Heck yeah. Alright. So... trying to remember what we did. Journal. So we have lots of things to do. So as you can see, we have a lot of quests just given to us. Like, we'll pick them up as we go, and then they'll just appear here. It's a lot more accessible than the first game. So main plot of these, this is the main thing that ends Act 1. So that's the last thing we want to do. So we'll be doing other things. Let's do that. That sounds like more fun. To the Sundermount ambush site.
There might be some stragglers before the main group. Nothing we can't...
So are you intrigued to see how this game goes even more? In terms of the ARPG versus the JRPG that the original game was? Oh, that timing was great! Damn these assassins! Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, is there a way to change my skill set? No, I'd have to level up to do that. Also, start thinking about who you like for our party. Because we'll have options to change people up. Soonish. Well, I say soonish, but I mean, I believe we'll meet everybody within Act 1. Everybody we can have. Obviously, we'll meet a couple of mages, a couple of rogues, a couple of warriors. So, if you look on the left-hand side, you can obviously recognize several of the things. Obviously, there's our pictures, like Hawk. He's hiding like a silly boy. The red is the health. Yellow is stamina. And blue is mana. Stamina is the abilities you see on our wheel. Mana is obviously like stamina, except closer to just skills for warriors and rogues and not mages.
Get free!
Alright. So we would have come from right here. Okay, cool. Just making sure we collect everything we can, since we are raccoons. It's a shame our magical, all-seeing eye is not super magical like in the first game, where you could just, like, be within, like, 20 meters. Or not even 20 meters. You can just see it basically across the map. Any, item. Or interactable. And here, it's just, like, you gotta be almost on top of them to be able to see it, and that's kind of just sad. No. Like that pile of bones. See? Can't even detect it anymore. Well, I was trying to disarm them, but then the enemies got in the way.
Go down! Out of range!
I don't like the looks of this.
Stand up. Making the world a better place.
There we go.
Well equipped for bandits, but dead is dead and the road is clear. Captain Jevon needs to know of this. Back to the barracks for your just reward.
My just reward. Is it a just reward? Like, I just get a reward? Or is it a reward that is very just for the justly job you just did? Do I need to throw in more justs? Or do I jest? We'll do that later. Let's turn this in. Yo, what's up, Ash? How you doing? Ugh.
Barracks?
I come.
There's Jevon's office. Wait while I explain our initiative.
I don't know how they do it where you're from, guardswoman, but I decide the patrols, not you and your whims. You may have been put up for lieutenant in your first year, but I'll have no show-offs in my command. Have I made myself clear?
I stopped doing that.
Report to
There's
your
no
post
point.
before I have you and your Ferelden accomplice jailed.
Well, what a charming fellow.
I don't have to like him, but he could at least listen. Bandits are dead. That's all that should matter. It's not the first time he's made me wonder like this. Something is very wrong.
So let's find out whose toes you actually stepped on.
Then we should check the duty roster and see who was supposed to take that route. What have I stepped in this time?
A lot
Captain,
of
my
duty.
friends, not letting that one go, Captain.
Huh.
Aveline! I owe you for clearing that ambush the other night. Saved me a mess of trouble.
Brennan, that route was yours?
It was. Single patrol. I'd have been dead for sure.
A lone guard isn't much of a patrol.
Shouldn't need to be. That route was clear for weeks. First noise out of it was your big fight. The captain reassigned me after he heard what you did, and I passed the satchel to Donnick for his patrol tonight.
The satchel?
Pay and order assignments. Captain has us run deliveries to the outposts during light duty. It's usually just an updated copy of the roster. The satchel for that night was heavy, though. Anyway, thanks again, Aveline. You're a good one.
Something feels suspicious.
So the satchel gets heavy the same day we discover an ambush.
You're sure you want to pursue this? This is your superior we're talking about.
If a guard has been put at risk, a good captain would want to know why. And if he's not a good captain, I want to know why.
I bet there's a perfectly reasonable lie that explains why your captain arranged this.
I'd be willing to hear it, but not while a guard may be walking into a trap. Brennan said Donnick. A good man. Donnick. I've got his route. A night walk in Lowtown. Let's go make sure his quiet patrol stays that way.
Messiah, please stop kicking the wall.
But I like kicking the wall, Messiah. Okay, so several questions. Do we want to expand our party quickly, or do we want to do missions? Let's expand our party a little bit, shall we? Both. I'm pretty sure I have in my head picked out who I want, but we never know what we'll actually end up with.
My. If it isn't Hawk.
Still up to old tricks, Elegant.
Lady Elegant, if you don't mind. I'm a married woman now. Last time we met, you were still in Athenral's employ. Things have been going well since then?
Could be better. Could be worse.
I often feel the same way. You may recall I sometimes provided potions for Athenral. I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
Ooh, free. You know what I find funny? Is the whole, like the whole, oh, yes, I will order things for you. However, you have to have the appropriate recipes. And I'm just like, so you want me to buy from you, but in order to buy from you, I have to have the recipes. So it's like, do you actually want me to buy from you? Sign that there. There we go.
I have only the finest uneven.
So once again, we get stuck with the whole, do we want to spend money to upgrade things? Because we need 50 sovereigns, which we will definitely have at the end. It's just that the more stuff we have, the better off we are. So I don't want to buy that as the thing. Cool.
A little something of yours I picked up somewhere.
I thought this was lost to us, like so many other things. My gratitude.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. The Trinkets Emporium? Haha. I'm constantly intrigued by things I find here.
Verified by the scholar Genitivi, these ashes cure any ailment and provides virility in more intimate matters. Do I have a volunteer?
I'll try.
So if you look on the mini-map, if you see like the tiny little man character we're approaching right here, this is a shop. A man character. Ah. Oh, that's good. Oh, there's a mission.
Every coin those swindlers nab goes straight to the carters' coffers. They must be stopped.
They must be stopped.
You could do worse. It's a roof.
Let's deal with the swindler first.
Not a step closer. No refunds on the ashes, friend. If the Maker doesn't favor you, that's between you and him, isn't it? Don't say I...
You go through me before anyone else.
Need to get closer!
I love it when a plan works out. All of my plans usually involve me just slashing really quickly, and they die.
The thieves are gone, guardsman.
Did you say something? I didn't hear you. And clumsy me. I seem to have dropped a coin purse in your hand.
Clumsy me. Gosh darn it, I just sneezed and my clothes fell off. Clumsy me. That's how these things work, right? Oh. There's our Dougie.
Hard to believe they left me nothing.
It was pretty steamy when you ran off with your Ferelden apostate.
Still their daughter, their eldest.
A letter from a Fenrir. In the Black Emporium. You do not know who I am, but I have heard of you. I understand you might need items from my collection as well as the means to obtain them. I do not extend this invitation to everyone. But you are not simply anyone, are you? Consider this an invitation to the Black Emporium.
My children have been in servitude. Servitude for a year. They should be nobility.
If wishes were poppy, we'd all be dreaming.
You mean this is real? No wonder I can't wake up.
And here I thought that Ferelden you ran off with was a mage, not a jester. Your mother was supposed to marry the Comte de Launcey, and instead she ran off with some Ferelden apostate. You don't get to stay the favorite when you do that.
Where is Father's will? If I could just see for myself.
It's not here, all right? It was read, it went in the vault. No one needed to look at it again.
I know the Amels were nobility, Mother, but not much else. Why don't you ever talk about them?
The Amels have been a noble family in Kirkwall since Garahel drove out the Fourth Blight. But we've always carried magic in our blood. It's been a stain on our lineage. No family of good standing would ever marry into a line with magic. When I chose your father, I was bringing more magic into our line, not less. I think that's what hurt my parents the most.
Did Grandfather mention Mother in his will at all?
Our father died when you were still in short pants, lad. You can hardly expect me to remember.
Sounds like a yes to me.
That touched a nerve. What's in there that you don't want us to see?
Nothing. But you won't be seeing the bloody thing. It's still locked up on the estate, and that's long out of my hands.
You didn't take your parents' will?
It was old news. You think I've been sitting here for 25 years waiting for Leandra to slink back?
Who bought the estate, Gamlen? Perhaps I could speak to them. Was it the Reinhardts?
No one you know. Get used to Lowtown, sister. That's where we're going to stay.
Get used to Lowtown, sister.
So, I hate thinking badly of family. But did Uncle Gamlen seem a little slippery when he talked about Grandfather's will? If he, say, invested money that was meant to be Mother's, do you think he would tell us?
Gamlen can't say good morning without lying twice.
Mother's been in such a fit of melancholy
They can't say
since
good
Gamlen
morning
told her
without
how
lying
angry her parents
twice.
were about Father. She told me she wishes she'd died with Carver. It's like coming here ruined every good memory of her childhood. I wish we could get some of it back.
When this Deep Roads expedition comes through, we can buy her home back, move to Hightown.
Gamlen told me he gave the estate as payment to some slaver who beat him at dice. Apparently, our ancestral home is now a base for slavers from all over Thedas.
Gamlen couldn't have just sold himself and saved us all the trouble.
Can you just imagine him sweeping and scrubbing for some Tevinter matriarch? Seriously, though, those scum have no right to our family's things. We should break in there. Get the will for Mother.
I already talked to both of them about this. Gamlen said they guard the front entrance well. But Mother gave me her old key. She said it should unlock the cellar. Apparently the sewers run right beneath the house.
Mother gave me her key. Doggy!
He wasn't like this in Lothering. I think he misses the open fields.
Come on, let's play Fetch the Invisible Ball.
Poor thing. Maybe he'd be happier if we brought him with us more often.
But if he's with us, who'd keep Gamlen's debt collectors away?
Take it. I'm sick of what's-his-name staring and panting.
Gamlen, honestly, a Mabari understands what you say. Try using his name.
What's wrong with dog? Real easy to remember.
What's wrong with the dog? What's Doggy's name, by the way? Since I'm sure you were upset that we didn't name him yet. Doggy. That's Gamlen. Thunder? Sure. Hello, Thunder. Let's see.
I think this is the same cheese that was here a year ago. What is that stain?
You know what? I don't want to know.
Looks like the dog's trying to tunnel his way out of this hovel. Can't blame him.
To the Black Emporium. Thaddeus.
Places, everyone. Welcome to the
Black.
I am the great and magnificent Xenon, the antiquarian.
The antiquarian.
Let me know what you'd like to purchase. Looking this dapper costs a lot of gold. It's so rare to have company. Well, living company at any rate. It's so rare to...
Oh. Discarded things, eh? Well, let's take a look at our inventory now. For this, what do we require? A little bit more dexterity. Perfect. You know what? I'll take it, mate. Actually, hold on. Ah, nope. Oh, cool. It already got applied. Now, back to what we were doing. Oh, look at that Song of Sorrows. Oh, 69. What's this require? Strength and Constitution. Magic and willpower. Fortunately, only the hero can wear things. That's better, just slightly, but I like this more. What does this do? Yes, please.
Well, living company at any rate.
It's an urchin. He doesn't want to talk to us. The mirror of transformation. We can change ourselves, but no thank you. Bow. Meh. Meh. Gauntlets of the Nog. Ooh. Might be worth it. I think I will grab the invisible gloves. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Ooh, that would be nice. See what's on the other thing before we make any decisions, though. Ah, so we can buy free things, eh? Cool. Recipes for things. Okay, well. Sell all of our junk. We'll sell that. So that, and that.
Matter of crafting lore.
I will buy the invisible gloves because I think that pays off more for us in the long run. Because by having enemies drop better equipment, they are literally invisible gloves. It's just, there's nothing there. But that means we can easily sell more things. Andraste in the buff. A box of screaming. Anyway.
Why make a shop so hard to find?
Okay, let's go to... Let's do Low Town at night, because let's do her quest. That way, should we decide to replace Aveline whenever we want, we don't have to grab her for random side quest bullshit.
These streets should be safe at night.
These streets should be safe at night. Care to ensure?
One less to worry about.
Well, that was fun.
Well, that was fun. God, I love how we got the condescending asshole voice. I love the condescending asshole voice on Hawk, because you can actually see which answers are like the sarcastic ones, and you can choose them on purpose.
Waste time, Hawk. Guardsmen. I'm not losing another.
You are not enough! I deny you!
It's too far!
Who? Aveline? You're a beautiful sight.
You're a beautiful sight.
Guardsman.
I mean, I was on patrol and they came out of nowhere. I took a few down, but there were too many at once. The captain said this route was supposed to be quiet.
The seal of the Viscount. Office details. City accounts.
Valuable to a guild of thieves.
A sacrificial delivery with one of our own. Captain Jevon will answer.
Selling out his own. Forget guard captain. This man needs to be in government.
Not now, Hawk. Jevon needs to see how justice works. This goes to the office of the Viscount. This will be known. The captain likes his thieves so much. Let's see if they welcome him in prison.
Yeah.
Hey, you got any dust? Dwarf dust? I'm hurting here.
Yeah, you got any dust? You know, that dwarf dust. Yeah, the good stuff. That good dwarf dust.
Let's finish this! Get back! Nicely done.
We stab a couple of people, you know, no biggie. Okay. let's finish up Aveline's. Stabby, stabby!
How dare you! I am guard captain! I won't be treated like this! Ferelden, bitch, this was none of your affair! I'll see you hanged! Quartered! This will not stand!
We found a number of debts to suspect peoples. Such poor character. But you, Aveline Valen, have proven your loyalty and ability.
The guard deserves better than him, Messire.
Indeed. The Viscount would have you put your care for the men into direct practice. You will assume the captain's job.
What?
In due time, of course. There will be training, approvals, months at least. But who better to rebuild respect than the woman who exposed this embarrassment? Resolve any outstanding business, guardswoman. You will be very busy.
You will be very busy.
Always where you need. Not much, but there's nowhere I'd rather be. I trust you are well, Dominic.
I am. And your reward is well earned. It will be grand having you over me.
Rawr.
Thank you, Donny. It will be grand indeed.
They are very... Alright. Let's go to Dark Town, shall we? Da 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 da. Ra ba 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 na 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 na. Okay. We'll go to that later. The Cooter Rogues.
Going to have to do something.
Break some heads tomorrow. Good payday.
Okay, we go this way. It's so weird. Okay, yeah. We don't want to go in there just yet.
I think this is the seventh.
Just wait till we go in there. Let's go see why Gambling died. Ba, ba, ba. Barrel.
What? I'm stuck! Get started!
We are here to murder, maim, and destroy Oh, the slavers. Oh dear.
I stand for all of us. No more.
Go down!
It's a portrait of your mother.
Our family home. Did you ever think you'd be here? The Amel crest. Mother described it, but this is the first time I've seen it.
Surprised me not just take that and use that as a
To live
shield.
in a
But
house with this above the door.
Trap!
On our bad side. Seems to be unhealthy.
remind me never to be on your bad side. It seems to be unhealthy. Yeah, sounds about right.
Always need.
Wouldn't you love to live in like a place with just a grand hallway and then just like...
Watch your step.
Did that
should do it.
Yeah, put you up to this? I knew I should have slit his throat.
Better luck in the next fight. Oh. Set.
Nice.
Done.
That's the vault. Everything we want to know about our family is... This is it! Grandfather's will. Mother needs to see this as soon as possible.
I still want to look around.
All right, but hurry.
All right. So, there are things in this game, like what we just picked up, where, so as you can see, we cannot upgrade the armor of our people. All we can do is change their weapons. You know. But what you can do is upgrade. So we just picked up the Heirloom Amel Protective Sigil, which gives, you know, Bethany an extra 10% magic resistance. There's several for each character that you can pick up. Okay, yeah, we can ignore that. Yeah, put that on. Interesting.
ain't the best.
For a mage, you mean?
I could also say for a hawk. But yes, for a mage.
You have a sword. Why aren't you killing someone right now?
Fair point. But I can put my sword down.
Believe me, I have tried.
It's just funny, isn't it? How the moment that somebody is a mage, it's just they're the worst person because they have the ability. Therefore, you know, it's like just because they have the ability to use magic, all of a sudden that means they are a horrible individual. Simply because if they chose to, they could murder you right now.
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality. It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
You should be paying us, Uncle. We found the will.
He's like,
He forgave you, Mother. Grandfather left you everything. Here, read it.
I should maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her, the estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
Check out the part where Gamlen is left only a stipend, to be controlled by you.
Gamlen, how could you?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
I doubt you let the ashes get cold.
I took care of Father. I stayed. And on his deathbed, all he could talk about was Leandra. Look, sister, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And there's nothing I can do to get it back.
I don't expect that, Gamlen. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make her willing, you'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
His sneer, though, he's just like...
Why don't you go pick up something at the market? You could use some air.
What? Hey!
I can't believe Gamlen stole Mother's entire inheritance. I mean, I can believe it. That's the worst part.
Mm-hmm.
I would never turn against you.
Don't make any hasty promises.
Joke all you want, but you make Gamlen look like the toad he is. You know, when we went to look for that will, I thought we were doing it for Mother, for what she lost. I didn't realize how much it would mean to me. To know I had grandparents who didn't hate me.
They might have been all right with the Ferelden thing, but just imagine if they'd known you were an apostate.
You're such a wretch. I was just hoping it would be different this time.
You're such a wretch.
We're not running away again. We're coming home.
Are you unhappy here?
I wish I could do more for Mother. Carver's death. It's killing her slowly every day. But maybe if we can reclaim some of what she lost, it will help. I'd do anything to get us back a normal life.
Why did Mother and Father work so hard to keep you from the Circle? Would it have been so bad?
I guess at first, I was just a little girl. They didn't want to lose me. And once I had learned anything, What would the Templars do to an active apostate, not just a mage-blood child? It changed their lives, your life, Carver's, all because of who I am. Sometimes I wonder if it would have been so bad to be with my own kind. To serve the Chantry, as Andraste demands.
What do you think Carver would have made of all this?
He would have hated this place. All the sneering nobles. He'd have gotten himself arrested the first day. And he would have wanted in on your Deep Roads expedition. Anything to make a name for himself. Sometimes I still can't believe he's gone.
Can you imagine if we'd grown up here? Been nobility?
Had grandparents who bought me Orlesian silk dresses and gave you the family broadsword. Father was a good man. But Mother gave up so much for him. Of course, if she hadn't worked up the nerve to elope, she probably wouldn't have been able to resist the Templars either. If we'd been born here, you'd be nothing more to me than a name the Circle kept in my file.
We are going to make this our home, Bethany. I promise you.
I hope so, brother.
Brother.
I'm so very tired of running.
It's not Twitch, it's the internet.
I think this is a picture of Mother. She looks like you.
Where did you get that? Was it at the estate? Let me see. Is it? I think this is Mother's betrothal portrait from when she was supposed to marry the Comte. Look! You can see the ring.
You like it?
I love it. My whole life.
Yeah, but the last couple
Mother's
of days
always
it
been
has
so
not.
sad and
Remember.
worried. All because of my cursed magic. I always wished there was some way to take that burden off her. It's nice to have a reminder of a time when she still knew how to smile.
I mean, hey, we're doing better than yesterday, where we were at an average of 10% frames dropped. Today, we're simply at 5.8% frames dropped. No, it's been that the entire time.
Not going to happen.
Aw, we can't go in here.
I don't think I can do that.
Fine then. Just gonna go over here.
Just enough to make me grateful for Uncle Gamlin.
Alone in the dark. That's how we like it.
Tom Wise?
Huh? Oh, Hawk. Haven't seen you since we did that job together for Athenril. Been a while. Heard you're going on some expedition into the Deep Roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
We can't all make a living in the Undercity.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? Athenril's scarce these days. And the coterie have their own mixers. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
My speciality. Poisons and grenades.
Are you really not afraid of apostates?
Sunshine, I'm a dwarf, in case you missed that detail.
Dwarves aren't completely immune to magic, you know.
No. I meant there are at least 30 people in this town who'd murder my family over trade deals. Who has time to worry about apostates with a merchant's guild breathing down your neck?
In that case, I see.
In that case, I see. We just got a letter. Oh, we just got a letter. Oh, we just got a letter. I wonder who it's from.
So, someone dropped off a...
The bone pit. Okay, Hubert and Hightown.
Message for you. It's on the desk.
Yeah.
Information about the circle, Bethany. It's difficult without naming you.
Thank you for being discreet. I don't want the Templars at my door.
No one does.
Let them corral the troublemakers. I just want information.
Right.
It sounds like I'm trying to convince myself, doesn't it?
I wouldn't have said, but yes.
The Hanged Man. Look, it's a hanging man. Let me do something.
I got it all figured out. There was no blight. And that's a fact.
I don't know how much that'll do, but...
Why would it start in Ferelden? A dirty backwater full of dogs and the occasional sheep. It took decades for the other blights to run their courses. This one? Less than 2 years, don't you see? It never happened. It was all a Ferelden ploy.
It was a Ferelden ploy.
What are you looking at?
Being a guardsman seems like a better life than being a swordsman.
Oh?
My brother was a soldier. It's all about taking land and serving some king you've never met. Guardsmen? They do something real. They protect people. They make their lives better.
I don't know if I agree.
Neither would my brother.
I'm looking for lootables before we talk to Varric. Maleficarum. Alright.
So, here's the thing. We need to find a way into the deep roads. Bartrand can lead us to the right place once we're down there, but we need a good entrance.
Do we have a bad one?
Any entrance would do, wouldn't it? Unless a dragon's sitting in it, I suppose.
We need an entrance that's close to our destination, but isn't already plundered or filled with darkspawn. Fortunately, I've received some new information. There's a Grey Warden in the city. If anyone knows how to get down there, it'll be him.
Why would a Grey Warden know that?
The Wardens don't just fight darkspawn. They forge into the deep roads all the time. And if he doesn't know, he might be able to point us to those who do.
Are there any other options?
None at the moment. Bartrand had an entrance lined up, but it was a bust. I'll keep looking, but if we don't find something, we'll have a fancy expedition with nowhere to go.
We don't want trouble with the Grey Wardens, do we?
Let's look at our options first. I'd rather not fight a warden unless we have to. Supposedly, this Grey Warden came in with some other Ferelden refugees not long ago. A Lowtown woman named Lorene has been helping the Fereldans. We talk to her. Maybe we learn where he is. I'll keep after my contacts, see if I can drum up any other work.
Ooh, a Ferelden Warden. Who could that be?
Less than he used to be.
I'm sure it's nothing. Who were some of your favorite side characters from the first game? Not counting Morrigan, because we know you loved Morrigan. Emotive.
Why are you asking?
I mean in your off-duty hours, for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues. Okay. A parallel. See, look. There's an upgrade for Varric. There's an upgrade somewhere around here for Aveline. Oh, it was down there. I'll go grab that real quick while we've got the money. We're supposed to get to 50 sovereigns. We've been at 10, we've been at 6, so we've had a total of about 16 sovereigns, and we're still at only like net total of 1. Oh, you like Shale? Liliana, Zevran. All very good options. Well, of course, but Morgan...
Will everyone please just step back? My mother's...
And now we have no money.
I'll send word to the
My son's hurt bad. Cart overturned on him in the...
If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
Is there a way I can assist these people?
If you've coin to spare, we won't turn it down. Donations go in the box up front. Anything else?
I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden.
Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden?
The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden?
Well, he's not now, and busy enough without answering fool questions about it.
Then I'll only ask very smart questions.
I do not joke, Sirrah. You see what our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread. This healer, he serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children.
And yet he needs to hide.
He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars.
You mean he's a mage?
Would I stick my neck out for some purveyor of hensbane and leeches?
We would never turn someone over to the Templars, mistress. Never.
He doesn't want to be locked in the gallows just for using the gifts the Maker gave him.
Your healer is in no danger from me.
If this mage is an apostate, the Templars will find him.
No maid should suffer for an accident of birth.
I suppose it isn't my secret to keep. Anders has certainly been free enough with his services. Refugees in Darktown know, to find the healer, look for the lit lantern. If you have need enough, Anders will be within.
I haven't eaten all day.
Hey, we heard you in there, asking about the healer. We know what happens to mages in this town. And it ain't gonna happen to him.
Look, we're Fereldans just trying to keep out of the Templar's sight, same as you.
Ferelden? But your clothes. I figured you for a Kirkwaller, sorry. Maker bless the rule of our King Alistair.
We almost had to murder a bunch of fools.
Chime, what's your first act as a noblewoman going to be?
A noblewoman with no fortune and no title. Looking for work, probably.
Practicality is for peasants, milady. You need to do something frivolous to celebrate your birthright.
Such as...
Come up to the Hightown Market and complain bitterly that there's no Orlesian silk that matches your eyes.
But what if something does match my eye? What will I do then?
Insist that they're blatantly copying you, and demand royalties. A good noble always has a complaint ready, Sunshine.
The origin of the Karen. Exactly. Karen Complainer.
I have made this place a sanctum of healing and salvation. Why do you threaten it?
I'm just here to talk.
We're interested in getting into the deep roads. Rumor has it you were a warden. Do you know a way?
Did the warden send you to bring me back? I'm not going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat. Poor Sir Pouncelot. He hated the deep roads.
You had a cat named Sir Pouncelot? In the deep roads?
He was a gift. A noble beast. Almost got ripped in half by a Genlock once. He swatted the bugger on the nose. Drew blood, too. The blighted warden said he made me too soft. I had to give him to a friend in Amaranthine.
So, you came to Kirkwall just to escape the wardens?
You say that like it's a small thing. Yes. I'm here because there's no warden outpost, no darkspawn, and a whole host of refugees to blend in with. And some reasons of my own.
I've always heard that joining the wardens is for life.
That's only partly true. The hopelessly tainted by the darkspawn and plagued by nightmares about the archdemon parts don't go away. But it turns out if you hide well, you don't have to wear the uniform or go to the parties.
I'm part of an expedition into the deep roads. Any information you have could save people's lives.
I will die a happy man if I never think about the blighted deep roads again. You can't imagine what I've come through to get here. I'm not interested. Although, a favor for a favor. Does that sound like a fair deal? You help me, I'll help you.
Let's be more specific. I don't do anything involving children or animals.
I have a warden map of the depths in this area. But there's a price. I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend. A mage. A prisoner in the wretched gallows. The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps.
What do the Templars know of your plans?
I don't know. I had been exchanging notes with Carl through a maidservant in the gallows. Then the letters stopped coming.
You want to make your friend an apostate?
That's such a weighted term. Yes, Andraste said magic should serve man, not rule him. But I've yet to find a mage who wants to rule anything. It goes against no will of the Maker for mages to live as free as other men.
Forcing mages into servitude is not the way to prevent the rise of another Imperium.
That's not usually the response I get. Perhaps we will work together better than I expected.
Tell me about your friend.
His name is Carl Thekla. He was sent here from Ferelden, when Kirkwall Circle required new talent. His last letter said the Knight Commander was turning the Circle into a prison. Mages are locked in their cells, refused appearances at court, made tranquil for the slightest crimes. I told him I would come.
Are these accusations true?
Ask any mage in Kirkwall. Over a dozen were made tranquil just this year. The more people you ask, the worse the rumors become.
How do you plan to break him out of the gallows?
I'm hoping it won't come to that. I sent Carl a message to meet me in the Chantry tonight. Make her willing, he'll be there, alone. But if there are Templars with him, I swear I'll free him from them, whatever the cost.
What do the Templars know of your plans?
I don't know. Then the letters stopped coming.
You've convinced me. What's your plan?
I welcome your aid. I have already sent word for Carl to meet me in the Chantry tonight. Join us there, and we'll ensure that no matter who is with him, we all walk away free.
So yeah, Anders. Anders is the character who we get to see, who made an appearance in the DLC. Oh. Yeah.
I don't make my guards fight gangs in dark corners, but if you'd like to help...
Actually, there's a quest over here, so let's do that before we go to the Chantry.
I didn't order more. Where are they coming from? One less to worry about. That's right. You heard me.
Revitalist training for the next.
What's over here? What's the blooming rose? I'm curious. Curiouser and curiouser.
Market's closed.
Curiouser and curiouser, sir. Sarah. Okay.
And here we are in the brothel. My day is complete.
Let's not stay here.
Lucine runs the place for Harlan. Or with him. Or on him. It's a coterie thing.
Yay! It's a brothel.
The merchandise is up front.
I've got your usual.
I think you let this get away from you.
I had never thought to see this again.
So I'm gonna tell you already, this layout, you're gonna see at least half a dozen more times. because they don't really change up the designs of, like, buildings. There's essentially, like, one building design, and I know for a fact we're gonna see another design that looks just like this. It's a bit unfortunate in my opinion, but you know what? Hey, what can you do? What's this? Actually, yeah. Now let's assign that to that. Confirm.
What'll it be, Sir Templar?
Mead, please.
Coming right up.
Get
Welcome
outside,
to the
you lazy
Blooming
thing.
Rose.
You'll ruin it.
Personally, I wouldn't say it.
Do anything?
Am I the next stop in your career evaluations? Joy of joys.
You watch and you talk. Is that it?
You are dismissing hallmarks of both the utterly ineffectual and the incredibly dangerous.
I don't know what you mean.
It means coins flow when I talk and when I shut up. Like if you got paid to guard or unguard.
That makes no sense.
Good.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
I can't do that.
That should do it.
I can't do that. I can't do that. That should do it. A stone toe. Gosh, all these level ups. It's like I'm amazing or something. Alright, looks like we explored everything in here and we can leave. Excuse me.
Always calling idiots. Especially thugs who target the streets just because it's dark.
So basically what he's telling you there is, if you ever need money, just go any place at night and you'll find enemies to fight.
Showing up uninvited? So improper! Out of range! Need to get closer! Out of range!
Remind me never to get on our bad side. Seems to be...
Sees all these dead people. You know, seems to be unhealthy for people to be on your bad side. Mind me, not to do that. Summon the Torg! Thunder! Na 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 na. Treasure!
I saw Carl go inside a few minutes ago. No Templars so far. Are you ready?
I didn't see anyone suspicious out here. Let's do this fast.
All right. I'll handle the talking. You watch for Templars. When we find Carl, just let me talk to him.
Just me, does this feel too eerie spooky to be a church right now?
Anders, I know you too well. I knew you would never give up.
What's wrong? Why are you talking like...
I was too rebellious, like you. The Templars knew I had to be... made an example of.
No!
How else will mages ever master themselves? You'll understand, Anders. As soon as the Templars teach you to control yourself. This is the apostate.
No!
You will never take another mage as you took him.
Anders, what did you do? It's like... you brought a piece of the Fade into this world. I had already forgotten what that feels like.
I thought the Tranquil were cut off from the Fade forever.
When you're tranquil, you never think on your life before. But... it's like the Fade itself is inside Anders. Burning like a sun. Please, kill me before I forget again. I don't know how you brought it back, but it's fading.
Carl, no.
Maybe we can find a cure.
Can you cure a beheading? The dreams of tranquil mages are severed. There is nothing left of them to fix.
I would rather die a mage than live as a Templar puppet.
My sister calls being tranquil a fate worse than death. Give him peace.
I got here too late. I'm sorry, Carl. I'm so sorry.
Now! It's fading! Why do you look at me like that?
Goodbye. We should leave before more Templars come.
Ooh, I love the crunchies of the neck.
So, let me guess. This is the part where you tell me you're an abomination.
You're wrong. But not far wrong. This is hard to explain. When I was in Amaranthine, I met a spirit of justice who was trapped outside the Fade. We became friends, and he recognized the injustice that mages in Thedas face every day.
And that's different than a demon?
Just as demons prey on the deadly sins of mankind, there are good spirits who embody our virtues. Spirits of compassion, fortitude, justice. They are the Maker's first children, and they have all but given up on us.
This spirit sounds like a useful friend to have.
He was far better to me than I have been to him. To live outside the Fade, he needed a host. I offered to help him. We were going to work together, bring justice to every child ever ripped away from his mother to be sent to the Circle. But I guess I had too much anger. Once he was inside me, he changed.
So, you have this spirit of justice living in your head?
It's not like that. He's gone now. He's part of me. It's not like we can have a conversation. I feel his thoughts as my own. Not even the greatest scholar could tell you where I end and he begins.
This is obviously difficult for you.
I thought I was helping my friend. He would have died, I guess. If that even means anything.
Basically.
And he wanted to help me. He knew what mages have suffered.
You tried to help a friend. Surely no harm can come of that?
I wish I still had your innocence. There was too much hatred in me. Justice thought he would overcome that. But my anger, when I see Templars now, things that have always outraged me, but I could never do anything about, he comes out. And he is no longer my friend, Justice. He is a force of vengeance, and he has no grasp of mercy.
I like men with dark pasts.
Can Justice ever be separated from you?
I don't think so. The only way a spirit has ever been separated from a living host is by its death. The curse is of my own making. All I can do now is hope to control it.
Can you bring him out at will?
No. He comes only when I've lost all power over myself. It's a madness, a frenzy. I only find out after what I might have done.
Is there anything I can do for you?
You're the first one I've ever told this. Thank you for not running away. My maps are yours. As am I, if you wish me to join your expedition. I thought I was done with the Grey Wardens. But if you have any need of me, I will be waiting here.
And here's one of our mage options. Do we like Bethany or do we like Anders? Well, you still need to choose one. Anders. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, vengeance. He either gets eye to eye or no compromise. Now our weapons are elemental. I mean, to be honest, it's really just a personal preference who you want. Like, the only difference is their special ability. So, like, you know, Bianca's skill tree, Anders' skill tree, Avelin's skill tree, yada 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 yada. Anyway. Alright, let's go to lowdown. We'll go turn in the Paragon's toe. I have such long, luscious hair. I love it.
Not what I expected.
From a mage, you mean?
I didn't say that.
How else would...
Oops, I
judge
forgot.
me?
I have a new weapon I can use on Hawk.
What else am I a shining example of?
Other Fereldans lurking in Darktown? Mage or not?
You have a fair point.
This fell into my hands. Recognize it?
Now, my idea for the rogue for our party, though, I haven't fully decided yet. We could either go with 2 warriors, or we could go with 2 rogues.
Another messenger.
And by
came
2
by with a
rogues, I
letter.
mean...
It's on the desk.
We are a rogue and somebody else.
Are you Anso?
Ah! Sweet mother of Partha. You can't just run up on someone like that. Are you the human Athenril told me about? The one looking for work?
Did you think I was going to attack you?
Oh, no, no. All right. Hope not. Anyhow, my apologies, human. I haven't been on the surface very long. I keep thinking I'll fall up into that sky any minute.
Bartrand used to be like that. Got jumpy every time he stepped outside.
But I digress. I need some help. Rather badly, in fact. Some product of mine has been misplaced. The men who were supposed to deliver it decided not to. If you retrieve my property, I could reward you handsomely.
Just what did these men steal?
Did I say steal? I don't know if I would go that far. They seemed like perfectly reasonable smugglers. They smiled and everything.
They smiled.
The goods
and
are
everything.
valuable, however, and illegal. And my client wants them very, very badly. You know how these Templars can be.
You're smuggling lyrium to the Templars.
Maker's breath. Between the Chantry, the Carta, and the Coterie.
By the Paragons, not so loudly. My word. I'm not cut out for this. I should have taken that job sweeping staples like Mother insisted.
I'll get it back for you.
Sure. Add it to the list of things I'm accessory to.
Oh, thank goodness. The gentlemen conduct their business at night in a little hovel within the alienage. If you have to kill them, then I guess it can't be avoided. But I'm sure they'll be reasonable.
But I'm sure they'll be reasonable. Aveline gets a little iffy when you make her do illegal things. She gets actually very cranky.
How about you? Get back! How about you? It's too far! Need to get closer! Need to get closer! Go down!
Cut the flight open!
So naturally, Eveline's gonna get mad a lot. We do a lot of questionable things in our lifetime. I mean, the way she could view it is the fact that she's helping us take out some smugglers, and then she closes her eyes as we finish the smuggling.
I don't like the looks of this.
All set. And here we go again. How about you?
Oh, look, they brought their friends.
Out of range!
He walked away. Full of himself. They were clearly expecting someone.
Anso's goods are probably in that chest. It's empty.
Waste of bloody time. Who put us up to this?
I guess we have no choice but to go back to it. So and tell him.
Unless we were supposed to die. Ba ba da bum. Ba.
not the elf. Who is that?
It doesn't matter. We were told to kill whoever enters the house.
We've got more on the way.
Now you fall! This one is meant to have some fright.
One less to worry about! Need to get closer! I'll show you what I mean!
I don't know who you are, friend, but you made a serious mistake coming here.
Lieutenant, I want everyone in the clearing, now!
Captain!
Your men are dead, and your trap has failed. I suggest running back to your master while you can.
You're going nowhere, slave.
I am not a slave. I apologize. When I asked Anso to provide a distraction for the hunters, I had no idea they'd be so numerous.
You were responsible for this.
I'm the reason you're here, yes. My name is Fenris. These men were Imperial bounty hunters, seeking to recover a Magister's lost property, namely myself. They were trying to lure me into the open. Crude as their methods were, I could not face them alone. Thankfully, Anso chose wisely.
Everything Anso said was a lie, then?
Not everything. Your employer was simply not who you believed.
If you couldn't fight them, why not just run?
There comes a time when you must stop running, when you turn and face the tiger.
Rawr.
That seems like a lot of effort to find one slave.
It is.
Does this have something to do with those markings?
Yes. I imagine I must look strange to you. I did not receive these markings by choice. Even so, they have served me well. Without them, I would still be a slave.
If they were really trying to recapture you, then I'm happy I helped.
I have met few in my travels who have sought anything more than personal gain. If I may ask, what was in the chest? The one they kept in the house?
It was empty.
I suppose it was too much to hope for. Even so, I had to know.
You're expecting something else?
I was, but I shouldn't have. It was bait, nothing more.
You're expecting...
I was, but I shouldn't have. It was bait, nothing more.
You didn't need to lie to get my help.
That remains to be seen. It's as I thought. My former master accompanied them to the city. I know you have questions, but I must confront him before he flees. I will need your help.
It sounds like you intend to do more than just talk.
Denarius wants to strip the flesh from my bones, and has sent so many hunters that I've lost count. And before that, he kept me on a leash like a Qunari mage, a personal pet to mock Qunari custom.
Ouch.
So, yes, I intend to do more than just talk.
If it means fighting more slavers, I'll help you.
I will find a way to repay you. I swear it. The Magister is staying at a mansion in Hightown. Meet me there as soon as you can. We must enter before morning.
Before morning. There, see? Aveline is very happy because we did nothing illegal and in fact killed a lot of illegal people. Yay!
At least it's not boring.
You ever stab somebody so hard that their bodies just turn to giblets? Like, that's not how bodies fall apart. That's all I'm gonna say. At least, that's what I think. I could be wrong, though. Like, bodies could decide to explode into the giblets like that. I mean, what do I know? I'm only, you know, a lot of things, but I'm not a biologist. So, for all I know, the human body, when hit with enough blunt force trauma, could just, you know, could just explode into giblets. Yeah, see? But here's the thing. You don't think so. It could be true for all we know. But we don't. You know? I've never had the strength to stab somebody so hard that their bodies just literally go... Yeah, you did call me an imp. Why am I an imp? Unless you meant to say, I am
Never a idiots who think they can take.
Unless you were trying to call me a simp. You simp imp. So what, you think I'm just this devilish creature that's sitting on someone's shoulder whispering things in their ear?
No one has left the mansion, but I've heard nothing within. Denarius may know we're here. I wouldn't put it past him.
I could stand to know a little more about this Denarius.
He is a Magister of the Tevinter Imperium.
Oh, is that all? Nothing to worry about then.
There, he is a wealthy mage with great influence. Here, he is but a man who sweats like any other when death comes for him.
He may have prepared some magical defenses.
They will not keep me from him.
Perhaps.
Denarius! Trap!
He screams trap. We see no trap. Oh,
done.
I found the trap.
Here we go! Darius! Can you hear me? Your pets cannot stop us.
Watch your step. That should do it.
Remember that part where I told you, hey, look, this room looks familiar? Remember that brothel that had this exact same layout? They got really lazy.
That's enough! It's forces of nature coming up! One less to worry about! We're under attack. What a surprise.
Anyway.
Get ready! Great! Go down! How about you?
You ever accidentally do too much damage to an enemy that they kind of just internally implode and they don't know how to die properly? We do.
It's too far!
We call those glitches.
Carl was a good mage, a good man. It goes against all Chantry law to make him tranquil.
De Guerre.
Done. This is my favorite part. Need to get closer. It's too far. Another way. Out of range!
Gone. I'd hoped... No, it doesn't matter any longer. I assume Daenerys left valuables behind. Take them if you wish. I need some air.
I need some air. No air. Let's say a tiny bag of corpses? Magic. Need better boots. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. I want that. And as you can have fire damage. You can have that. No, it's a tiny bag of gems, not tiny bag of corpses. Silly me.
It never ends. I escaped a land of dark magic, only to have it hunt me at every turn. It is a plague burned into my flesh and my soul. And now I find myself in the company of even more mages.
Ah, here it comes.
I saw you casting spells inside. I should have realized sooner what you really were. You harbor a viper in your midst. It will turn on you and strike when you least expect. That is in its nature.
You're talking about a Grey Warden and a healer.
And a few other things. But let's not mention those.
I'm not blind. I know magic has its uses, and there are undoubtedly mages with good intentions. But even the best-intentioned mage can fall prey to temptation. And then their power is a curse to inflict upon others.
Considering all the curses inflicted on us, I'd say it's an even trade.
I imagine I appear ungrateful. If so, I apologize, for nothing could be further from the truth. I did not find Denarius, but I still owe you a debt. Here is all the coin I have, as Anso promised. Should you find yourself in need of assistance, I would gladly render it.
Your old master must want something more than just a runaway slave.
He doesn't want me at all, just the markings on my skin. They are lyrium, burned into my flesh to provide the power that Denarius required of his pet. And now, he wishes his precious investment returned, even if he must rip it from my corpse.
I don't see that going very well for you.
Neither do I. The truth is, I know nothing of the ritual that placed these markings on me. It was Denarius's choice, one he now regrets.
I've seen some of your abilities. Do they come from those markings?
Some. All I know is that even in the Imperium, warriors such as myself are rare. Perhaps they believe I should feel honored.
Do you think your master will keep chasing you?
He is too proud not to. Perhaps one day the hunt will cost him more than he is willing to pay, but I doubt that matters any longer.
Are you going to have a problem with my companions?
I will watch them carefully if we travel together. I can promise no more.
I'm planning an expedition I might need help with.
Fair enough. Should you ever have need of me, I will be here. If Denarius wishes his mansion back, he is free to return and claim it. Beyond that, I am at your disposal.
And here's the warrior that I plan on having. I figured. Let's go to Hata.
You there, Ferelden. I wish to speak with you. I've heard you have dealings with certain elements in the city. You can get things done on the sly, as they say.
That's a fancy way to put it.
I am a magistrate in this city, and as such, I wish to hire you for a small, albeit important job.
Albeit important.
A man I sentenced to a life in prison has escaped custody. He's been tracked to an abandoned ruin outside the city. I'd like you to retrieve the fugitive and hand him over to the guard.
Why is there such a clamor to catch this man? What has he done?
He's escaped. That's reason enough to catch him.
We're both intelligent people. There's something in the ruins, isn't there?
There is something, yes. There are creatures in the ruins. The guards I sent are ill-equipped to deal with such beasts.
Creatures in the ruins.
Do you know what manner of beasts they are?
I don't know what they look like. I've never seen one myself. The guards say these things have already torn through a full company of men.
Only a full?
It'd be easier to seal up the entrance and let the beasts take care of him.
I believe in justice, Ferelden, not unbridled slaughter. I will not let prisoners be eaten just because I don't want to get my hands dirty.
I'm sure if you send in enough men this time, they'd do fine.
No. The more guards who know, the easier it is for this to get out. Those men gossip like old fishwives.
I'll take the job.
Bring the fugitive in alive, quickly and quietly. Not only will you be well paid, you'll have the gratitude of a city magistrate. Useful for a refugee, wouldn't you agree?
Useful for a refugee, wouldn't you agree?
What? Just wondering if the feathered pauldrons are an essential part of the moody rebel mage persona.
What are you talking about?
I'm working on an epic poem about a hopelessly romantic apostate, waging an epic struggle against forces he can't possibly defeat.
What do you mean, can't possibly defeat?
Well, it's not a good story unless the hero dies.
Please, can you help me? My brother.
Cheer up.
What happened to your brother?
Karen was always so devout, so idealistic. He was so proud when the Templars accepted him. I pleaded with him not to join the Order, but he wouldn't listen. You hear dark rumors about the Templars and Knight Commander Meredith. And now my brother is gone.
What do people say about Knight Commander Meredith?
Oh, she has many admirers. They laud the service she does in keeping the mages in check. But others say she is terribly fierce and utterly without pity, that she sees demons everywhere. It is dangerous even to whisper such things.
What have you heard about the Templars?
People harboring escaped mages just disappear. Templars interrogate and threaten passers-by. My friend has a cousin who's a mage, and she says he was made tranquil against his will. You hear more with every passing day.
I'm here to help you. Just tell me what you know.
Karen would write me every day. Then suddenly, no more letters. I wrote him many times with no response. I tried to see him, but Knight Commander Meredith threw me out. They won't tell me anything.
Your brother may indeed be in trouble. What can I do for you?
Perchance. In your journeys, if you find yourself in the gallows, ask the other recruits, Wilmard and Hugh, about my brother. They were Karen's closest friends in the Order. If anyone knows where he is, it's them. Make her bless you and watch after you in this endeavor.
Huh. Well, I just lost a sovereign. Didn't think you'd stoop to our kind again. Or are you not too proud to make some coin?
Pride usually hasn't been my downfall.
Since you stormed off, we don't have anyone who can quite work your magic, if you know what I mean. I sent some men to fence a bit of cargo down at the docks. Haven't seen them since. I'd pay good silver for the safe return of them, or the goods.
Is this anyone I know?
When you left, we had to take on New Ferelden. Volunteers. Lad named Price was leading them. No one of your caliber.
Where were they last seen?
They were supposed to meet down by the docks, under cover of darkness. I know you're familiar with the concept.
Want to tell me what you were selling?
We were trying to make a deal with the Carta. Those Orzammar dwarves. They like luxury items. Fine fabrics, a cask of caviar, an aged wine. Anything one can liberate from a Hightown merchant.
Consider it a deal.
Good. Go to the docks tonight. My boy Price was supposed to meet our buyers from the Carta there. Maybe you can find out what happened.
Imagine if we had what's-her-name still with us. Aveline. She'd just be like, ugh, now look at what I'm gonna accomplish for this time. I'd be like, shut up, Karen.
What do you need, my good friend?
Let's see what you have.
By all means.
Yeah, I forgot to go do things. I actually have to touch the stuff. I don't actually have to do anything else. Sucks. Robes la Jean-Loch. Boots of the Elder. Boots with the fur. With the fur.
Move along.
Here you're having problems with the bone pit. I can help.
Ah, finally someone comes to help me. You look a bit unseasoned, but I hope you'll do. I had to suspend operations. My workers are lost in the mines or have run off. Served me right for hiring Ferelden refugees. I sent others before, but no word. Perhaps they are putting me off. I need someone competent to figure out what is going on.
Competent!
Your first mistake was naming your mine the Bone Pit.
The locals named the mine. Those fools say it's cursed. That is why I hire Fereldens. They may be dull-witted, but they're not superstitious.
Mind what you say about my countrymen.
I was not referring to you, of course. My workers are a particularly desperate sort. They're lucky to work for me. Few in Kirkwall will hire refugees.
Surely the miners had good reason to leave.
I am at a loss. No miner has reported in, and no one takes me seriously.
The Bone Pit must be dangerous if people are afraid to venture there.
No, nothing like that. Pay no heed to local superstition. The Bone Pit is mostly harmless.
Mostly harmless.
You said some of your workers are Ferelden?
Yes, all of them. An unruly lot, to be sure.
What's the reward?
I will pay handsomely. The exact amount depends on what perils you face.
I'll head there soon.
The sooner the better. Each day the mine is not running costs me more than those miners make in a year. The Bone Pit is just outside the city. Any map will show it.
What do you mean you can't help me?
This is a domestic matter, Sirrah. If your wife has chosen to leave you, there's nothing we can do.
Ninette is my wife. She's legally bound to me. Bring her back.
We're done here.
We are done here.
Useless. Why are we still paying those sluggards?
Your wife is missing. I can try to find her if you like.
Yes. Oh, I have been waiting for someone to say that. That foolish woman has caused me nothing but embarrassment. She needs to be dragged home.
I can't imagine why she might run away.
Yes, my wife and I don't get along. But that's not the important thing. Her family is getting suspicious. They think I might have done something to her. Even if... well, I just want to make sure they know I didn't do it.
Do you think Ninette might be in trouble?
It's her own doing. Gallivanting about with men half her age.
Gallivanting.
She's just trying to show me I am tied to her purse strings.
You're more concerned what her family thinks than what happened to her.
Ninette keeps the company of other men, huh? And makes no secret of it. I'll be better off with her gone. Well, as long as her family knows I had nothing to do with it. They would ruin me otherwise.
You don't care that Ninette might be hurt or dead? You sicken me.
You have never lived with her. It wasn't always like this. We were in love once. She defied her parents to marry me. Sometimes, I wonder if I dreamed those years.
How long has your wife been gone?
About a month. I wasn't worried at first. She's run off before. Ninette is uncontrollable, you see. She comes and goes as she pleases.
Why would her family think you did something to her?
They think I married her for her inheritance. And they know we have been fighting. They believe this is reason enough for me to hurt her. But I swear, on Andraste's pyre, I have done nothing.
I'll try my best to find Ninette and bring her home.
You should talk to Jethan at the Blooming Rose.
Jethan.
I didn't know she visited whores. Until Jethan sent a letter to our house. He even sent her flowers once. Lilies. Her favorite. Talking about it makes my head hurt. Good luck to you, Sirrah. I need to find my wife. Will no one help me?
Oh God, his arm. Did you see that? His arm was not okay. His arm was not okay. Y'all need to rewind that and take a look at his arm. Because it was not okay.
stop harping on the mages here?
No.
They aren't what you saw in Tevinter.
The moment they are free, mages will make themselves magisters.
They're slaves. You should want to help them.
I don't.
Today's my rest day, but I'll make an exception for you. What can I say? Why work if you're not working hard?
I can see why Nanette liked you. You're feisty.
A refreshing change from the pale slug I married. I hear she finally left her worthless husband. Good for her. I just wish she'd said goodbye.
Did she tell you she left her husband?
No, I just hope that's what she did. Ghislaine only wants her for her family's wealth. Ninette's a jewel. Elegant, worldly, just the perfect level of depraved. Ghislaine doesn't deserve her.
Do you think Ninette has come to harm?
I hope not. Everyone loves Ninette. Sometimes twice a night. Ghislaine's the only one who might hurt her, and he doesn't have the balls for it.
Ghislaine knew about you and Ninette. Did he talk to you?
The man is incapable of talking. He came here, yelled at me, called me a dirty knife-eater, among other things, and accused me of corrupting his wife. We had him thrown out.
Were you hoping Ninette would leave Ghislaine for you?
Of course not. I know my place. I offer a service,
He's very nice
that's all.
colored eyes.
Anyway, there was someone else looking for Ninette. A Templar. I believe his name was Emmerich. He wouldn't sleep with me either. I can't see why a Templar would be interested in anyone who isn't a mage.
Any chance Ninette's an apostate?
Well, she certainly cast a spell on me. Anyway, if Ninette was a mage, I think Emmerich would have said so.
Perhaps Emmerich knows something we don't.
Emmerich said he'd continue his investigation in Darktown. You could see if he's still there. And if you find Ninette, tell her to drop by and see me sometime.
See me sometime.
Back again? Sure you're not interested in my many, many services?
I was just passing through.
Have it your way.
I mean, we could sleep with them, but nah. Okay. Lots of things to do. There's Darktown, there's the Galaus. New quest, talk to Andy. Ooh. Let's go talk to Andy. The nice thing is you can also track multiple missions all at once. That's why I'm trying to, like, not do things unless they'll take me into the same place. At least that I know of.
I've been neglecting my patients lately. I should spend more time here.
I had a friend like you once. Got in all kinds of trouble. Dragged me along. Didn't think I'd be doing that again. I got a bit weighty the last time we talked. Sorry for putting that on you.
You can tell me anything.
Anything? Be careful what you offer. I I hope I didn't seem too selfish when I told you about justice. I didn't know what would happen. I figured a willing host, a friend. It had to be better than playing the demon and haunting some corpse.
We can't always predict the outcome of our actions. We can only make them with a true heart.
Well, under that scruffy exterior, I think you've got a bit of a soft heart yourself. I'm sorry, I shouldn't presume. We've hardly met and I feel like I know you. Am I making you uncomfortable?
Yes. No. Unexpected.
Am I making you uncomfortable?
Growing up in the Circle, everything is about order and rules and the Templars. The apprentices, we found ways to make that bearable. Carl and I, he was the first. We could forget that out in the world, we were nothing but Templar slaves. We hadn't been together for a long time. But still, it hurt.
No one should have to go through that.
It's the bloody Templars. They don't see us as people. They don't care that Carl was someone's son, someone's lover. If you're born with magic, they hear about it. They search your little rat-spit village and find you. They tell your parents they'll be thrown in prison if they ever ask about you, stripped of their rights in the eyes of the Maker. And if you run away, they hunt you down. Again, and again, and again.
You're speaking from personal experience.
Andraste's words were that magic must not rule over man. It is not ruling to simply wish for the same rights as any man. But I shouldn't say that too loudly. I don't want you hurt just for knowing me.
Don't like Darktown? Die.
Here we go!
Don't give them an inch!
Could I suggest that we never come here again?
You can suggest it, but I don't know if I'll listen.
Mind your manners. This is mine.
Mind your manners, this is mine. Territory.
We're under attack. What a surprise.
We don't want no Templar.
Get back.
How many of you got, Hawk?
I thank you, Syrah, for coming along when you did. I am Emmerich.
You're older than I thought you'd be. Ninette seems to go for the young, pointy-eared sorts.
What?
Ninette de Carac. I hear she got around. And you were asking about her, so I just assumed.
Preposterous. I was concerned that she was in danger, and that is all. However, the investigation has been a waste of time.
Did you learn nothing?
Most people just say she left her husband. This all started when Meren, one of our Circle mages, disappeared. I found it odd. She was a bit older and hardly adventurous. Then I heard about Ninette and 2 other missing women.
I had a friend who disappeared once. Turns out he was under my bed, drunk. What?
I think the disappearances are connected, and I suspect foul play is involved.
Doesn't the Circle use phylacteries to keep track of its mages?
We followed her phylactery to a foundry, but found nothing. I had heard of sympathizers smuggling mages through Darktown, so came here hoping to pick up the trail. But no trace of Merrin. And as you've seen, asking the locals hasn't made me very popular.
Have you mentioned any of this to the city guard?
They say there's no proof the disappearances are connected. They think the women just left home, that it happens all the time.
People don't just disappear. Perhaps they were murdered or kidnapped.
We found no bodies, no ransom notes. Those women just vanished.
Mages routinely flee the Circle. Perhaps Merrin just wanted freedom.
She had always been loyal. She received lilies from an unknown suitor, and some of us thought she may have gone to meet him. Perhaps her disappearance is linked.
I hate trying to find things.
Can I assist your investigation?
It's no longer my investigation, Sirrah. You may take over if you wish. This battle showed that I'm no longer the warrior I used to be. I know when to walk away. Here, take my findings. Perhaps you can make more use of them. I'm going back to the gallows. I'm too old for this.
I'm too old for this.
A foundry in Lowtown. I should look into that.
Mana, 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 mana. Mana. I still love how pulling out my knives makes me run faster. I'm just like, alright, it's beat time.
You are an abomination.
Why don't you shout? I don't think everyone heard you.
Do you see yourself as harmless, then? An abomination who would never harm anyone?
Like ripping someone's heart out of his chest?
I did that at the behest of no demon.
So we agree that it doesn't take a demon for someone to be a vicious killer. Good.
The first sacrifice.
Kirkwall nights aren't safe. Always some group of thugs around.
You got any dust? Dwarf dust?
Now we fight!
sharp little pinpricks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, we gotta go to the foundry. So as you can see, we have lots of like missions we can do before we even get to the real game.
Can't we talk about this? No?
Ooh, it's our favorite, the Desire Demon.
It's too far!
But she's dead already.
One less to worry about!
Demons, summoned by another mage, no doubt.
I don't like the looks of this. That should do it.
The demonic Ichor.
At least it's not boring.
Ichor or Ichor?
That ring looks unleashed.
A severed hand, a ring, and a pile of bones. Emmerich will want to see this. And I should bring the ring to Ghislaine. It might belong to Nanette.
Ichor. Got it. So the demon Ichor. Ichor, blimey!
Someone's always trying to take over at night.
I knew this would happen. I love it when flat works out.
Perfect.
Good job in there. In fact, get rid of any other groups like that, and I'll be at the Hanged Man with some toys as reward. Courtesy of some interested friends.
I never meet anyone normal.
But you have toys for me. Lady, I'll play with some toys with you all night long. Anyway.
I've heard about the Circle of Magi outside of the Imperium, but I've never been in one. Are you certain it's wise for us to come here, considering who we're with?
Maybe not, but we'll be cautious.
This seems more like a prison. I wonder if it's more effective than the Circle I know.
How is the Imperial Circle of Magi different?
Once upon a time, it was as it is here. The Chantry watched the Magisters closely for any signs of corruption or weakness. Then it changed. The Magisters were permitted to watch over their own, and Templars kept only to enforce the law. What happened next was inevitable. The Magisters rule again, as powerful as they ever were.
You said the Chantry used to watch the Magisters. Why did they stop?
You must remember that the attitude towards magic is different in Tevinter. Magisters came from wealthy families, bloodlines that had nurtured magical talent for countless generations. The Chantry was not trying to control poor peasants, but the scions of the greatest houses in the Imperium.
I thought the Magisters had been thrown down by the Chantry.
On the contrary, Andraste never defeated the Imperium. A great army conquered the south, but not the north. The Magisters eventually surrendered to the Chantry, but they did so on their terms. They kept their influence. Thus, they reclaimed what they lost over the centuries. Some battles are lost by inches.
You talk about the Magisters as if they are all evil.
I have no doubt that some are good and noble men, strong enough to resist temptation. But how many temptations do you wish to offer a man before he will give in? Blood magic is everywhere in Tevinter, from the lowliest apprentice up to the Archon himself.
You can't have seen this for yourself.
Daenerys talked about it often. Of course, they say it's forbidden. Behind the smiles and closed doors, however, it's a different matter. To be a Magister in Tevinter is to be glorious. To be a powerful Magister in Tevinter, that is worth any price.
You're saying the same thing could happen here?
If the mages were permitted to be their own watchers, of course. It is too easy for a mage to resort to blood magic if they feel the need is great enough.
As easy as it is to resort to a sword. You were created as a living weapon. Should you not be trusted with your freedom?
My powers are not controlled by a demon. A mage can desire power, justice, revenge, protection. Any cause will do, and then they are lost.
The ones that are lost should be dealt with.
That is the question, isn't it? Who should deal with them? All I am saying is the Imperium offers no answer. All that Andraste did long ago to end the tyranny of magic has been undone.
She ended the tyranny of magic and replaced it with an entirely new one.
Considering all that magic has done to my homeland and my race, I weep for your predicament. Power corrupts, as they say, and mages have power enough already.
According to everything I've seen, the Circle can't control mages anyhow.
And what is the alternative? Freedom is a noble ideal, but I see no oppression here. I see fear and danger. But enough. I'm sure we came here for a reason.
Dang. I was trying to... See, the problem with having both Anders and Fenris is the fact that, if I say one thing to appease one, I, piss off the other. Okay.
What's the circle like?
No, they do not. And I'm trying to figure out a way to make life easier on me, and I don't know if I can. That's the problem of knowing what happens in this game. It's just trying to balance things.
It's better.
I have to do some research.
Recognize your mage? This was left in the foundry you mentioned in your notes. I was also attacked by shades.
These are human bones. Then there is no chance of finding Meren alive, or any of the others.
I saw someone leaving the scene, but they got away. I'm sorry.
It was more than I accomplished. I will bring this to the city guard immediately. It should be enough to convince them the disappearances are worth investigating.
Do you know a recruit named Karen? His sister is looking for him.
We cannot speak to you, Messer.
To the void with that. Karen and the others are missing.
But our orders...
The Knights aren't doing anything to find them. Maybe it's time to ask for outside help.
I wasn't even certain Karen was missing. Who else is gone?
The first ones disappeared weeks ago. There's been at least half a dozen. Wilmot and Karen were the most recent.
Why must you keep silent about Karen?
You obviously aren't a Templar, Messer.
A Knight Lieutenant gives you an order, and you obey, without question. They told us not to breathe a word about Karen and the others.
They must have their reasons.
And that'll be a great comfort if you go missing next.
You can trust me. I'm only trying to keep Karen safe.
I hear that Knight Commander Meredith has some new initiation you have to go through. If you're not strong enough or fervent enough in belief, you don't make it out alive.
Figures?
Seems to me a weak Templar would die just as quickly.
And you honestly believe that?
Recruits keep going missing.
Wilmot came back.
What?
He did. I saw him this morning.
What else do you know about the initiation?
You hear about some questionable things that the Order must do these days. The Knight Commander only wants Templars that can do what must be done.
Andraste alive. She's killing recruits that might question her orders, isn't she?
That's rubbish. She wouldn't do that.
If Wilmot came back, he might know more about the other missing recruits.
I bet he would.
Wilmot told me he was going outside Kirkwall. Clear his head, he said.
Why didn't you tell us this?
Knight Captain Cullen ordered it, right before he chased after Wilmot. That wasn't too long ago. If you hurry, you may catch them on the road.
Well, that doesn't sound very, good.
I don't.
Alright, what are we going? Okay. Yeah, we'll take that.
Understand. It... yesterday.
Okay. Oh, I have to go in the chantry.
I thought all dwarves had beards. Where's yours?
I misplaced it, along with my sense of dwarven pride and my gold-plated noble cast pin.
I thought maybe it fell onto your chest.
Oh, the broody elf tells a joke.
I don't brood.
Friend, if your brooding were any more impressive, women would swoon as you passed. They'd have broody babies in your honor.
You're a very odd dwarf.
And you thought I was joking about the pin.
And you thought I was joking about the pin.
Please give me the strength to find him.
Maker's blessing, child. I am Elthina, Grand Cleric of Kirkwall, and I believe you're new to our city. It was a near thing what happened in Ferelden, but in the end, the Maker stepped in.
I hear a lot about the Knight Commander here. What can you tell me?
Gossip is a sin, child.
Gossip.
Knight Commander
Is a
Meredith has an
sin.
admirable devotion to her duties. It is not my role to form opinions on her character.
Why are circle mages here kept in a Tevinter prison?
Ah, so soon you take an interest in our problems. The short answer is it was a building, a large one. Should it have sat empty? The Chantry found a use for what was once a horror. It is the nature of men to move on and forget the past. Even your blight will be a distant memory in our lifetimes.
Okay.
I have things to do.
May you walk...
Okay, goodbye.
May the Maker's gaze be upon you.
Look what I found. Your reason for living.
Bless my fool spirit, I never thought I'd see that again.
Bless my fool spirit. I wonder if the dead Templar bodies are still over here. Alas, they swept up the gold! Oh, woe is me. Oh well. Locked the golden fool, we don't care about. I guess we could tie up loose ends. Or we've got like 40 bajillion things to do here. Looking at the time, we're gonna save one of those for the first thing we do next week. So we got plenty of other things to do, so. Me as woe, Edgar Allan Poe. Woe is me.
These thugs are plaguing the streets. Problem in giving them the fight they want.
Can't we talk about this? No? Get back! How about you?
Thank you. I thought them coterie men had me for sure. I guess the whole thing was a trap. There were no dwarves when I went to make the trade, just coterie waiting to kill us. They got the rest of the boys. I ran. I was hoping they wouldn't find me here, but they did.
Is that Athenril's rival criminal guild or something?
More like she's their rival. A small one at that. What I hear is the coterie controls most crime in Kirkwall. And they don't like competition.
You're a bit young to be doing this.
I'm 15, but I can usually pass for a man. My mama was ripped in two by one of them big horned darkspawn. It's just me and my sisters now. Working for Athenril's the only way to feed the girls.
Why not take what Athenril gave you, and start fresh somewhere outside of Kirkwall?
What do you mean?
There's always work to be found on farms for a healthy young man.
My father was a farmer, before the Darkspawn got him. I'd rather do that than work for Athenril. I'll get my sisters. Please, make sure she doesn't come after us.
Alright, well, let's go piss off the crime boss. We're good at that.
At least it's not boring. Need to get closer! That's enough! Making the world a better place, one enemy at a time. Showing up uninvited?
The thing that really sucks about this game, though, is there's just so many characters. You're like, I want to play as all of you. But you can't.
There's more of them! I knew this would happen!
Bones, 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 nothing but bones, 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 nothing but bones, bones, bones.
Trap! Here we go! There! Cut the flares open! One more for the door! Done. You all right?
Bonnie Lem. Staff of Primal Order.
Best take it from the worst, then sell to special. You, always willing to give a discount to the people who save my skin.
It's only slightly weird, but you know, whatever.
I don't like the looks of this. That should do it.
I'll be honest, I'm more surprised that Varric managed to run around that and not step on it.
Someone's always trying to claim the streets. If you make them safe...
Now we fight! I'll deal with this! Now you fall! Let's finish this!
think there's 2 more regular characters and 1 more DLC character, but I don't think we'll get the DLC character. Because I don't think I have that DLC. So, only 2 more characters. And I don't remember when we get one of them, but I do know when we get the second one. Right, and it's not worth having because I'm pretty sure they're a rogue, and, well, we don't need another rogue.
You have been a good friend. Better than I deserve.
This is why you look at both forks in the path of glory.
Andraste be my witness, Wilmot. I will have the truth from you now!
Mercy, sir. Mercy.
Were it that easy?
Don't hit me.
I will know where you're going, and I will know now!
I thought Templars only treated mages this badly. Nice to see you're branching out.
This is Templar business, stranger.
You have struck me the last time, you pathetic human. To me!
Maker preserve us. I knew he was involved in something sinister. But this... is it even possible?
Do you think he was possessed?
Normally, we only worry that mages will fall victim to possession. I have heard of blood mages or demons in solid form who could summon others into unwilling hosts. I'd not thought one of our own would be susceptible.
You shouldn't have been out here alone with him.
I am Knight Captain Cullen. I thank you for your assistance. I've been conducting an investigation of some of our recruits who have gone missing. Wilmot was the first to return. I had hoped to confront him quietly, out of sight.
If you didn't know he was possessed, why draw your sword on a recruit?
He'd only been back a few days when he left again secretly. It set off some warning bells.
I meant to scare him into a confession. He had to believe my threats were genuine.
The recruits believed that Meredith was conducting some sort of deadly ritual.
What? That's preposterous. Recruits can be worse than a weaving circle with their rumors. There is a vigil before Templars take their arms, but the gravest danger they face is falling asleep.
Do you know what happened to Wilmot while he was gone?
Obviously more than I had anticipated. Wilmot has never been fully convinced of the Order's rules. Mages cannot be our friends. They must always be watched. I thought Wilmot might be meeting with some old friends who'd escaped the Circle.
I've got friends who are mages. Are you saying they need to always be watched as well?
I was at the Circle Tower in Ferelden during the Blight. I saw firsthand how Templars' trust and leniency
That's who I
can be
thought.
rewarded.
This is Cullen.
Trust and leniency? Is that what you call it?
I still have nightmares of Uldred's depravities.
I was trying to find another recruit, a friend of Wilmot's. Do you know where Karen is?
He also disappeared. They were last seen together at the Blooming Rose. But I had no luck interrogating the, young ladies there. I doubt they know anything of magic or demons.
Young ladies.
I'd be willing to search there.
The Order would truly be in your debt if you helped us with this.
I'd be willing to
No
search
one
that.
at the brothel will speak with me for fear I would shut them down for serving our recruits. If you learn what manner of creature did this to Wilmot, please come tell me in the gallows. I will ensure you are rewarded.
With who? No. Very mature, Shadow. Alright, let's turn in this one. Ugh. Ah, here it is.
A little something of yours I picked up somewhere.
You have done a great kindness in returning this.
Of course. Oh, God.
That thing you do with your hand.
I can already tell this isn't going anywhere pleasant.
I bet that makes pickpocketing easier.
I'll try it sometime and find out.
That thing you do with your hand, I bet it makes pickpocketing easier.
I couldn't bring back your wife, but here's a ring. It looks pricey.
Oh. Ninette's wedding ring. Yes. Look at the engraving. Forever faithful, forever yours. Oh. Written in happier times. Where did you find it?
It was on Ninette's hand, which was cut from her body. She's dead.
On her hand? Huh. I see. Well, maybe you should take this back. I don't want anything that might link me to her death. Especially with her family asking questions. No. They're going to blame me. I just know it. Excuse me, sir. I have arrangements to make.
He is such a dick. Excuse me, it's raw. Okay, we want good amount of dexterity and cunning. It's tough decisions. We absolutely do want dexterity, but we also want cunning. Really kind of just leaves us in a horribly awkward state.
Well, are you here to socialize, or did you bring my goods?
I rescued your boy and killed the coterie, but your property was long gone.
Coterie. I should have figured. They've got a lock on all trade with the dwarves. If I'd had someone decent on the job, they'd have dug into it first, not walked in blindly. Well, no cargo, no coin. If you're ever looking for more work, I keep my books right here. Feel free to sign yourself up.
All elves have pretty eyes.
Do you need something, honey?
A couple of Templar recruits went missing. They were last seen here.
You'll have to be more specific. We do a lot of business with the Templars.
We have a lot of missing Templars. If we don't act quickly, we may only find corpses.
Now, no need to get all dramatic on me.
Let
me look through the books. Wilmot, Karen... Here we go. Wilmot came in here a lot. You sure he had time to be a Templar? The both of them last saw Iduna, the exotic wonder from the east.
The exotic wonder from
That's
the
quite
east.
the stage name.
It sounds better than the tramp from Darktown. You should hear what some of the others are called.
Is there anything else you can tell me?
Honey, I could write volumes on the things I know. Unless you want Wilmot's favorite position, I think you have what you need. You didn't hear any of this from me. We clear?
Mum says I don't have to listen to you because she makes...
Do they hold competitions? Hand out trophies for the best scowls?
I'm not brooding.
Moping, then. You seem like you're a champion at it.
I'm perfectly content at the moment.
Oh, so that's you smiling. Glad you clarified that. I'd never have known.
Nice.
You must be the exotic wonder of the East. Do you remember entertaining a Templar named Wilmot a few weeks ago? Or Karen?
Wilmot. Wilmot. That doesn't sound familiar.
Do your clients like this charade? It must get dreadfully tiresome.
Whatever do you mean?
What?
Questions are boring. Why don't we have some real fun?
Hawk, go easy on this lovely creature.
You should listen to your friend.
We have to ask her about Karen. What's your problem?
Yes, yes. But certainly there's no harm mixing a little business and pleasure.
As charming and relentless as you are, I'm here to investigate.
Answer one of my questions first. Who told you about little old me?
It was Vivica. She showed me her books.
That wasn't so hard, was it? So, Vivica sold me out, did she? That drab, pathetic little sewer rat. She will be dealt with. Just do one more thing for me. Draw your blade and bring it gently across your throat.
Anders, make her stop. Let go of my friends.
How did you... Oh, shit.
Oh,
Spare me, Monsieur.
What foul magic was that?
Blood and desire in equal measure. An art I learned from... elsewhere.
Blood magic, then?
Yes, Monsieur. Please don't kill me.
You're going to answer all my questions, and if there's even a hint of magic...
Tirani put me here, to send biddable Templar recruits to the Sanctuary. Three Spear Alley in the Undercity. I enchanted Wilmot and Karen weeks ago. But after they left these walls, I know not what came of them. Please, let me live. It's not my fault. It was all Tirani's idea.
Tell me about Tirani.
She put me up to this. She said we can recreate the ancient Imperium. That mages can rule again, not serve. She says the Templars cannot hold against us if we stand up and fight.
This base of yours, how many other mages are there? Any other defenses?
People go in and out all the time. Sometimes a handful, sometimes more. There are traps. Magical traps. There's a hidden switch at the front. It turns them off. That's all I know.
The Templars are coming for you. No more of your tricks.
Next stop, the Sanctuary. And some answers.
Magic and blood and desire. Bloody magic.
Freedom. What a crock.
We should go carefully. Who knows what this many blood mages may have summoned to defend themselves.
Trap! All set!
Nice work.
Bet you all these skeletons lying on the ground resurrect as soon as they get in the center. Oh, what do you know? They did.
I can do this in my sleep! Need to get closer! Come here, you bastard! It's too far! Ah!
Also, why did you say don't play cards with anybody, by the way? Her motive? Oh! Oh god.
Watch your step. Done.
Ah.
How wonderful. More vessels for our experiments.
Where is Karen?
Perhaps the demons will find one of you suitable.
Always the demon thing. Can't you people say no?
I am not some hopeless waif that ran crying to a demon. I sought them out and embraced them.
Why have you taken the recruits?
Demons can inhabit much more than mages and corpses. With assistance, they can control anyone I ask. Any Templar, any noble, any well-meaning meddler.
You do know I cut a path through your abominations, right?
Good, good. The demons like spirit. If a few more Templars fall to the demons, we can seed chaos in their ranks. How many abominations can they discover amongst their own before it drives the Knight Commander crazy?
Tell me where Karen...
The experiments need so much fuel, you see. So many living vessels are found wanting. Useless vessels can still feed the compost heap, so it's not a complete waste.
The demons are using you. Fight them.
In days of old, the Tevinter Imperium spanned the known world. Demons were their allies. held in check by power and knowledge. With a wave of a hand, I could do more than a Templar can achieve in a lifetime. Yet they command us. Absurd. We should be ruling them. We should rule you all. Kill the vessels only if you must.
We're under attack. What a surprise! Aim for the head! Got you!
Need us.
Now you fall!
We won.
Mother, the lights. Is it over?
Karen.
Yes, that's my name. Oh, thank the Maker. I thought he had abandoned me.
But is it only Karen? It could be Karen +1. A very nasty +1 at that.
The cage has opened. Thank Andraste.
Any chance you can tell if Karen has an extra passenger?
Well, there's one sure way.
What was that about?
If there was a demon in there, it would have defended itself. Looks like he's clear.
Go ahead and leave, Karen. You've been through enough.
Don't tell the Templars. I don't know what they do to me. Please, I need to go back. Tell them I'm all right. Tell my sister. I must go.
When you talk to Sir Cullen, maybe downplay the blood magic angle. We don't need the Templars cracking down even harder.
Downplay the blood magic angle. Probably a wise idea.
Freedom. What a crock.
Freedom. What a cock. Oh, sorry. Crock. What a rooster indeed. Exactly.
I've got some good news and some bad news.
What? What is it?
Good news, Karen is safe. Bad news, half of your recruits may have been possessed by demons.
Sweet blood of Andraste.
Demons? Did you say something about the recruits and demons?
I didn't want to tell you, Masha. They were horrible. Those mages see the rest of us as ants to be crushed. They won't stop until they've destroyed the Chantry and the Templars forever.
Tirane was crazy. Magic didn't make her that way.
True. Not every mage gives in to temptation, but none are ever free of it. At any time, any mage could become a monster, from the lowest apprentice to the most seasoned enchanters. Mages cannot be treated like people. They are not like you and me.
Surely that's a little harsh.
Yet also true.
They are weapons. They have the power to light a city on fire in a fit of pique.
I admit that does reduce their bargaining position. but there must be some middle ground.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps mages need better education as to why the Chantry functions as it does. Perhaps they would not go against the will of Andraste herself. I will look into it. For now, Karen, unless it is proven you are free of demons, I must strip you of your commission immediately.
No, you can't really think that. Karen's fine. He's safe.
He is not to blame. But tell that to the victims if it turns out that our suspicions are correct.
Please, sir. I tried to resist. I never took anything they offered. I need this position or my sister can't eat. I've been training for 5 years.
We conducted tests on Karen. He's not possessed. He can stay in the Order.
I hesitate to ask what methods you used that you are so certain. Still, you have done much for us by stopping these blood mages. I will heed your request.
A wise choice.
If he has shown no sign of demonic possession in 10 years' time, Karen will become eligible for full knighthood.
Thank you, Sarah. Again. But without a full knighthood, Karen's pay is so small. I do not know if I can reward you as you deserve.
I will handle that, miss. You have done the Order a great service. We will not forget it.
So, there must be mages in Tevinter who don't use blood magic.
Of course. There are slaves. The Magisters do not hesitate to collar their own kind.
But no Magisters.
Why must you go on about this? No Magister would turn down an advantage over his rivals. If he did, he'd be dead.
You know, to use blood magic, you need to look a demon in the eye and accept his offer. I just figured some of them would say no. For aesthetic reasons, if nothing else.
For aesthetic reasons, if, no other reason. Yes, for the aesthetic of the situation.
Captain Cullen says you're a friend of the Templars. Maker's blessing.
Ah, you're a friend. Maker's blessing. I think we can turn into this Grimoire of the Apprentice and call it a day. That's what I think we should do. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Already, it's that time, you know? Time flies when you're just having fun, yo.
So where's your elf?
Elves don't grow beards.
I thought maybe you shaved it off in a fit of broody pique.
So you're a funny dwarf.
So you're a funny dwarf. I'm just curious if any of these, now that we've got one or two new people, if they'll have any new equipment.
Check your purse. I think you lost something.
You found it? By the... Wait, I didn't think...
Nope. Alright. I think we will leave it right there. We will pick up again with this next week. So I hope you all have been enjoying. I know I have. And we'll pick up again next time. So until then, everybody, stay funky people.